Hello, I'm Ilene Wood, and this is today's episode of Bag Lunch. We're continuing on with some of my new acquisitions that I located while scrolling the internet during the pandemic. These next few bags are ones that I have been seeking for a very long time and finally located examples. So they're kind of part of what I call unicorns, which are bags you may have seen in photographs but have never encountered in real life. Well, I had a lot of time to scroll the internet and I was pretty successful in sourcing some exceptionally rare bags. So the first one is not so rare, but it was something that had not been produced in a while and was just re-released. And that's this bag. It's done by Lulu Guinness, and to look at it, it doesn't seem particularly exceptional. It looks like a black tote with a bit of red showing about the edges. But what makes this extraordinarily fun is that when you flip this that way, it's her signature lips. So Lulu Guinness is known for using the lip motif in a lot of bags. And in fact, I brought this one over to show you an evening bag example. So this too is a bag made out of metallic python by Lulu Guinness. And I found both of these bags recently while scrolling the internet. These next bags, while not as showy as the last, are still pretty special because they're esoteric. And by that I mean, these are bags that I have been looking for examples of for a long time and finally found a couple. This bag looks like a perfectly simple and ladylike little alligator evening bag with gold chains. And it doesn't look particularly exceptional, but what makes this bag most special is this bag was from the designer Judith Labor's first successful collection when she went out on her own. The first collection that she created when she started her own company in 1963 featured evening bags done in green leather. And I'm currently negotiating on one or two of those, but they haven't happened yet. Her second collection, however, was successful in that she chose to work with black alligator and black karung snake. And this is one of the bags from that. And what I can show you inside is it features her signature in gold print upon the leather. Later, she moved on to putting her name on a plate, such as within this bag. This is a very pretty Judith Labor bag, and it's unusual in that it's got an ombre sort of karung snake. It's done in lizard, actually. And this one shows you the more typical Judith Labor signature. This bag is special from Judith Labor because she dedicated one of her collections to the artist Mondrian. And I've been trying to find the Mondrian bag, which is a larger bag that has this kind of geometric pattern, almost color block upon it. But I haven't yet located one of those. But I did find the evening bag version, which has the little closure. And this too opens up over here on the side. And when you open it, again, it's a later collection because of the way her name appears on a metallic plate. This is a unicorn I've been seeking for a very long time. And in fact, this is the only actual example that I have ever been able to find. This bag came from Paris. It's Lulu Guinness. It is one of her limited edition collectibles. This one says, "Beware of Dog." And this is all hand embroidered. On the back and the sides, you have the stylized wood grain. And then when you open the bag, it says, "In the doghouse." This is another unicorn. This bag is from Midas of Miami, and I have just mentioned them recently in another episode. And for a short amount of time in the late 50s, early 60s, women were wearing figural handbags that were shaped like different animals and different things. I have a frog in my collection, and I have a version of a horse head, but one of the most coveted ones is this elephant. And the elephant is trimmed, it's a circus elephant. It has a little saddle that's made out of velvet trimmed in braid. And he's got a little tassel here, and he's wearing a necklace. And it's trimmed in stones and in sequins. And again, this is from Midas of Miami. Whoops. This bag is exceptionally rare. You pretty much only see pictures of it in the media. This bag is another one I've been looking for a long time. It is by the Italian designer Moschino, and this one says, "Good girls go to heaven, bad girls go everywhere," which was a famous saying done by Mae West. And this bag appears to be needlepoint, although it is not. It also is shaped very much like a traditional flap Chanel bag, but it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek take on that. It's got the chain handle that's interlaced with the pink leather, and it has the pocket on the back as Chanel would have on the back of one of her typical bags. But this one is a tongue-in-cheek Moschino, and it is a rarity, and I've been looking for this one for a very long time and finally found one. This final bag is exceptionally rare. This is probably the best bag I found during our time on lockdown. This bag is called the Millennial Bag, and this bag was designed by Karl Lagerfeld for Chanel when he first began to work for the company. I believe the bag was done in 2004, and he was trying to create a new signature and modern shape for a Chanel bag. Chanel was known for the quilted bags with the chain handles, and when Karl Lagerfeld came in to design for the company, he resurrected that and modernized those designs, but he wanted a signature look of his own, and he created this bag. And the bag has little interlocking C's, and it looks kind of space age, and it is designed on this side. It's been called humorously the butt bag, because if you see the shape here, but this depression was deliberately done so it could be right against a woman's leg or against her side and would fit straight in and not really ruin the line. But this bag is special in that it is done in silk, and it's done with a stylized, almost Andy Warhol-like portrait of Coco Chanel. And this bag was one that I would call a runway bag, because it was probably shown during his introduction of this bag. And I've only seen one other example, and these bags are fiercely expensive. And you see these bags very often in the leather and in tweed versions, but I've only seen literally this bag and another with this Coco Chanel face print. So once again, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Bag Lunch.